Hey folks, Buck Rizvi here, Health Profits Academy. You are here for the Supplement Millions, a purpose-driven e-commerce business. I am so excited to have you here. We're going to get started in just a couple minutes. I just want to let you know you are in the right place. Let me check to see how we're coming along here. Yep, all right. We've got people streaming in. Fantastic. If you can hear my voice, we'll be sharing the screen and coming on live video here in just a second. But if you can hear my voice, then just give me a quick shout out on the chat and let me know, who's on the line, where you're calling in from. Great to have you here. We're going to start in just a couple of minutes. Hey folks, hey, Buck Rizvi here. You are here for the Supplement Millions, a purpose-driven e-commerce business. Great to have you here. Who do we got here? We got Virgil, Jack, Torben. Sounds like the voice is coming in from Copenhagen. Welcome, Torben. We've got Ron is in the house. Jay, fantastic. Just chime in. Let me know that you can hear my voice. I'm testing out this webinar jam technology, and we're going to cross our fingers that everything's going to work fine and be able to come on. Actually, I'll tell you what. Let me do this. Let me turn on the webcam here. We'll just test things out, make sure things are working just fine. So if you can hear my voice, if you can see my video, just give me a thumbs up, loud and clear, 5x5, whatever you prefer, and look forward to getting started in just a couple of minutes. I know people are still coming in. Let me check the room here. Oh yeah, awesome. People are still streaming in. I think you just got the notification, and I'm excited about what we're going to be covering today. Okay, this is really, really cool stuff that I put together. I am stoked about what we're sharing. I've got a little bit of show and tell here off the camera. You can't see it right now. It's a beautiful day, beautiful sunny day. You can see the sun streaming in. Normally I might have the light on, but the sun is streaming in. It's going to be 70 degrees here in Boulder, Colorado, believe it or not. Just crazy. It's the middle of winter, right? So who else? Yes, coming in. Make sure I'm scrolling. Thumbs up from Montana. Hey, Jack, good to have you here. We got Gil here. Hey, Gil, long time, since 2008. Awesome. Good to have you on the call. Awesome. All right, so we're, all right, I think we've got a couple minutes after it. We're just going to give it another 60 seconds, allow people to come on. I'm going to grab a little bit of water. I recommend that you stay hydrated. We're going to keep this crisp. We've got a lot of material to cover, but I want to make sure I get through it and get you out for the rest of the afternoon. All right. So I am going to test out this. Let me see if I can go to screen share. If I do the screen share, can I do that? Yeah, it lets me do the entire screen, which is cool, which is what I'll wind up doing. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit screen share, and then I'm going to go full screen. I just want you to tell me that you can see my full screen, okay? Because I want to make sure this works great for you. So I'm going to hit share. There you go. So if you see my full, all you should see right now is Supplement Millions with Buck Rizvi, full screen, and that should show up nice and clear for you. If just say yes if that's working for you, and then we'll be able to proceed and get going with the training. So let me come over here to the chat. Did that work? Yes. Gil says yes. Anyone else? We got, want to make sure that yeah, it works. Okay, Ernie says, Dean. Okay, good. I see how it's scrolling now. I see which way to go to see it. All right, so cool. You guys can see everything that's on my screen. Awesome. Let's go ahead and I guess I'm just, yeah, it's either screen or video at once. So why don't we get started? You are here for the Supplement Millions, a purpose-driven e-commerce business. Okay, I'm really proud to be here with you. I'm going to introduce, for those of you who don't know me, you've been on my list for a while. So this has only gone out to people that have been subscribers of mine and been on my list for a while. So I presume that you know who I am. But if some stragglers got on that maybe just got on the list and are have not been introduced to me, I'm going to give a little bit of a backstory so you get an update of what's been happening. But you're here for how to quickly grow a purpose-driven e-commerce health business on the side that nurtures you and your loved ones for generations. That's a tall order, but that's what we're talking about today. And if you're here, this was the reason why I invited you, and hopefully this is something you get excited about. I would put a little insert there, and I would say, the mature person's guide to quickly growing a purpose-driven e-commerce health business on the side. Because I'm over 50. I'm going to be 52 next month, and I don't feel 52, but I mean I'm excited. I'm energized. But I was able to start a business on the side that now nurtures me, my family, my loved ones, and hundreds of thousands of people around the world. We'll get into that in just a moment. And that's what we're talking about. Okay, so does that sound good? Are you guys in on this? Okay, cool. So what I will say is we've got a lot of great information to cover. Okay, and I want to make sure that you're as excited and stoked as I am. And I want to say thank you. And as one way of saying thank you, I'd like to give you a bonus interview at the end of this training. This is an interview with Dr. Dave. You'll get the more details when you listen to the interview. But this was conducted by my business partner, Michael Lovich. He's a very successful online doc selling supplements online. And it's a great inspirational story. It's only about a 45-minute interview, but it really is just the juice and very exciting, very inspirational. I think you absolutely must listen to it. So I'll make sure you get the MP3 link with Dr. Dave at the end of the video or at the end of the presentation as my way of saying thanks for being here. Okay, so make sure you listen in for that link, or remind me if for some reason I forget and to point out where you can pick up the link. Okay, so the other thing I'd like to say is, you're here for a purpose. And a recent Stanford research study showed that if you go into a training environment like this with a mastery orientation, in other words, a focus on learning and improvement, your chances for positive outcome go way up. Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do is just eliminate all your distractions, close Facebook, close your instant messenger, close your email. Okay, turn your cell phone off, give me your complete attention. Because if you have that mastery orientation, you will have a much better chance at a positive outcome from this. Trust me. And the other thing I'm going to want you to do while we're talking is download this worksheet. Go to healthprofitsacademy.com/worksheet, and you're going to wind up with a pretty cool worksheet that we'll be filling out on today's training. How about that? So you get to follow along. If you have a printer, go ahead and print that out. That'd be cool. If you'd rather just edit it in a PDF document, that's fine too. But we'll fill in on the blanks on that as we go along. Okay, sound good. So healthprofitsacademy.com/worksheet. Let me see if I can go here to write y'all a message. And That's the link. I just shot it to you in the chat message. Okay. So did you guys get that? healthprofitsacademy.com/worksheet. Download that now, and you'll have that. You can follow along. We'll follow along on the bouncing ball there. Okay. All right. Cool. So why would you want to listen to me? Let me just give you a quick thumbnail why I'm the right person to share this kind of information with you. I meandered for 11 years online before I figured out how to launch an online business, a successful online business. And I had numerous flops. Look, I didn't figure it out from the first go. It took me 11 years of multiple flops, aborted attempts. And it wasn't until I was 41 years of age, that was over 10 years ago, that I started an e-commerce supplement company on the side. And that company, along with the other company that I launched, Real Dose Nutrition, has gone on to generate over $60 million in online supplement sales and has helped over 400,000 customers worldwide. So I'm really proud of what we've accomplished with these businesses. And, I highlight that of, starting that business on the side, helping so many people with some really serious problems, and people that have reported into me and said, hey, Buck, we love you. We love your products. We love your company. Look what you've done for me. And that's really exciting. I'll share some examples of that in a little bit later in the training. And, I get to live life on my terms now. That's a recent picture of me that was taken within the last 30 days, where I went on a trip to the Philippines for a good friend of mine's wedding, and I got to work from there. I got to take care of my business from there. And I'm sitting there with my laptop, looking out on the water on a nice, beautiful, inactive volcano there in Tagaytay, Philippines. So that's really cool. I enjoy doing that, and I enjoy living life on my terms, and I enjoy helping other mature adults do the same. So that's why I think I'm the person that's best able to share this kind of training, this kind of information with you. So I want to ask you to go on a little exercise with me. What would it be like if you had your own purpose-driven e-commerce health business, and it enabled you to live life on your terms, to be able to leave your home office and go on trips to places like the Philippines, or go with your friends and hang out in cool ski resorts like in Eden, Utah, or Powder Mountain, Utah, or go on little side trips with your family whenever you want to. This is not the Grand Canyon. This is just a little quote unquote ravine here in New Mexico, not far from where I live. If your friend says, I'd like you to leave the country and come to my wedding, no problem. Do those kinds of things. This is a trip that I made not too long ago to Sydney, Australia. I mean, by the way, that suit, me wearing the suit, I'll be hard pressed to catch me in a suit unless I'm going to a wedding or a funeral. That suit is 20 years old. But being able to live life on your terms and being able to call your own shots and have fun doing that, isn't that something that you really would enjoy doing and really would want? If that's not the lifestyle you're enjoying, and be able to have a purpose-driven business, imagine what that would be like, being able to be proud of what you do and being able to help thousands or hundreds of thousands of people and have this kind of lifestyle. So I just want to take you through that exercise, because that is what I enjoy, and that is what I want to help give to you. So before we roll into the training, I will say though that results are not typical. The FTC is, really wants to make sure that if I'm providing this kind of training to you, that you realize that, despite my documented success and the authenticity of this training, it's not to imply you're going to make any money following in my footsteps. In fact, most likely, most folks will earn nothing because they don't take action. I think many of you realize that. So let's move on and get to what we're going to talk about today. Notice I changed the title a little bit there. How to quickly grow a profitable, purpose-driven e-commerce health business on the side without becoming a doctor. Now, there may be some doctors on the line, which is absolutely fine, and health practitioners. You don't have to be a tech whiz. You don't have to gamble. You don't have to be a gambler, okay? And does that make sense? Does that resonate with you? Okay, cool. So I've got three big secrets to share with you. Three big secrets to share about this business. And I think it's going to dispel a lot of the myths that are going on about this business. Before I jump into them, let me just come back here and say, does this sound good to you? Are you in the right place? And does this, were you able to download your worksheet and follow along? David says yes. Ron, you guys in? Okay, good. I'm coming through loud and clear. You can hear this. Good. Because I want to make sure that this is, the message that we're sharing today is something that jives with you, that makes sense. And God, we've got a great group of people on the line today, so that's awesome. So three secrets to share, and a little bit of a worksheet assignment that we're going to go through, and that's the first thing that we'll jump into, because I think what a lot of people might believe, and it's something that I'm here to say is just not true, is that a one size fits all online business model works for any e-commerce business. Okay. I know many of you probably have been through numerous trainings. You've probably been to numerous events, and it's great. I think they're wonderful. But a lot of those are just very generic training courses around, selling a variety of products. Sometimes the training has you believe that you can use the same model to sell a kitchen widget, a spatula, a pepper grinder, and a health supplement, and it's just not true. There are some things that are similar, but some things are have to be done differently. Okay, and so we're going to get into that with what I call the Health Profits Blueprint. So if you've downloaded your worksheet, do that now. You should have a document that looks something like this. Okay, and we're going to go through this and fill in the blanks. So without further ado, let me take us to the drawing board, and I'll bring up my version of that worksheet. There it is. Here we go. Health. Profits. Where'd you go? Oh, I know why. Hang on one second. I need to change my login for a second. Give me one moment. Make sure I can get in there. There we go. This was the one thing that okay. It doesn't want me to switch the accounts here, which is kind of strange. You know what? We're going to go to plan B, which is no problem. I just want to make sure that you guys can follow along as I'm doing this. See, when you do this, okay, I think I got it now. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to follow along. You'll come with me and do this in the worksheet itself. All right. So what I would do at the bottom of this worksheet, the blueprint that we have here, there's one piece that is generally missing from a number of businesses that get started online, and it's a lot of times people go into a business and they immediately jump to, hey, I need traffic. Hey, I need traffic and conversion. If I just had enough people walking in the door, I would have an astoundingly successful business. And to some degree, that's true. But when you're talking about a health business, there are some issues that you're going to run into that traffic is not going to solve for you in the long haul. Okay, so what I would ask you to do is in the bottom of your worksheet, if you've got that with me, and I don't know if I can edit this easily, but I'm going to take a shot at it. Is go here. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Come here to webinars. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Good. You can see me. So down here at the bottom, you'll put in the word purpose. Okay. Purpose. Having a purpose for your business is vitally important. You might say passion could be there, but having a purpose for your business is going to enable you to get out of bed every morning and be energized to be able to keep doing what you need to do to be successful. Very, very important. And hand in hand, sort of two sides of the same coin with purpose, is what I would call documenting your core values. So down here at the very bottom, I'm going to have you put in core values. Putting in the missing bits here. So purpose and core values are vitally important. Core values would be things, well, let me just show you an example of how we go about doing core values at Real Dose Nutrition, which is one of my supplement companies. You can come to realdosenutrition.com and you can see under the About Us, we have our mission and core values documented. Now, you could think of the mission as being part of your purpose or a way of expressing your purpose. In our case, our purpose is, we deliver remarkable health improvements that make people's lives better. We truly believe that we're doing that. And in addition to that, we've taken the time to document our core values. And these are things that are our guidelines, our guideposts for our business and how we operate, including, embracing an attitude of service, surprising and delighting customers. But one of the big ones, the one that probably is really simple for us, but very powerful, is we call this the MOM test. We apply the MOM test to everything we do. And that includes accuracy, trust, integrity, real science, anything that we would be willing to expose our mothers to, then we feel pretty good about doing that in our business. Okay, you could change that and put your grandmother, you could put your sister, your brother, what have you, but we call it the MOM test. Okay, so that's very important. If you don't have your purpose laid out, if you don't have your core values documented, then it's going to be very difficult to operate your business and to do this for the long haul. Wouldn't you agree? Doesn't this make sense? Because you would want to have these things, because it's going to make everything else, every other decision you make about your business, that much easier. Okay? So the other thing that you're going to need is, any guesses what this might be? I know that's really curious probably for you. The AT&T website. Okay, so the AT&T website, just put that in there. Let me put that down here, and this is website. So AT&T stands for authenticity or authentic, trust, okay, or trustworthiness, and transparency. So you want to write that down below there: authentic, trustworthy, transparent. Because if you think about a website or a business, wouldn't you want to do business with something that expresses those values? Is authentic, is trustworthy, is transparent. Okay, and how many of you have seen a supplement company, an online supplement company, not be authentic, not be trustworthy, not be transparent when you've gone to their site? Maybe you don't even know who's behind this thing, right? So that's one of the big problems we run into, and it's vitally important if you're going to have a purpose-driven online health business. Okay, over here to the right, well, this might look obvious to you, okay, but let's go ahead and plug that in. I'm going to plug in the text for that. This is the social proof support. And by that, I mean, you're going to want a couple things when you have an online health business. You're going to want a Facebook fan page that supports your business and shows that you care, that you exist, and that you're publishing some content on a regular basis, at least weekly, if not more frequently. Okay. In addition to that, you might want to have a YouTube channel that is taking some content. What we typically do is we take content we publish to our blog, and we have someone reformat that to publish that out as a video on YouTube. And in addition to that, you probably want to have some kind of review system on your site. I know that a lot of you, or some of you, might be familiar with promoting products on Amazon, but what we've done at Real Dose Nutrition is we've taken control of our own review system. So I'm going to come over here and take a look at our site, for example, and you go to our store, and you'll notice that we've got reviews for our products right here where people can come and see that we have star ratings. We own and control our own star ratings. People can come see that, oh, wow, this is, well, it's not all 5 stars, but generally we've got a 4 out of 5 star rating, and people are saying good things about our product. Okay, so very, very cool, right? But if you're missing those things, or if it looks like you're putting fake reviews up there, you're not being authentic or trustworthy, that becomes a problem. So this social proof support is very important, is a very important element to having a successful business model in online supplements. Okay, wouldn't you agree? If you're looking, what kind of criteria do you use when you're looking to do business with a supplement company? Okay, you probably want to make sure they have a good product. You want to make sure that you can do some homework on them, see if they're being transparent and trustworthy with what they're sharing with you, and that it's accurate, right? So those are very important elements. And you want to make sure that someone's home, that they're actually showing some thought leadership when it comes to this. So that's important. What do you think is in the middle here? Any guesses? I'm going to come over to your chat. Any guesses on what you think is happening in the center there? Got what's called, I call it the UPTW. What do you think that means? I know that's a tough one, right? Well, that is, and write this down, that is your unique product that works. Okay? And I can't tell you how many folks get into the health space or the health supplement space and make this mistake. They think they can get any old off-the-shelf product, slap a label on it, or pick any ingredients that, maybe there was a scientific study on this ingredient, but they're going to pick a version of that ingredient that, maybe is sourced from a different source, or maybe doesn't have the right amount of that ingredient in the formula. And that's a problem because, you might think you have a unique product, but it doesn't work because you didn't pick the right formula, you didn't pick the right type of ingredient, or you didn't pick the right dosage, or, some other problem occurs. So having a unique product that works is very important. Now, I put a little asterisk next to that, and the reason I did that, I'll go ahead and put that in here, is you only need one. Write that up here. You only need one. And this is going to be applicable to a couple things as we go along here, but you only need one to start. You don't need 3 or 5 or 10. You only need one unique product that works, which is very cool. And wrapped around that product is going to be a powerful offer. So that's what you fill in above that. So unique product that works, a powerful offer, and you only need one to start. That's the beauty of it, because if you have these other elements, you have your core values documented, you have a purpose behind your business, you have your AT&T website, you have some social proof support to back you up. You've created that unique product that works with an offer. Now, an offer includes things like pricing. It includes maybe a discount price for buying quantity, maybe have a couple of bonuses included with that. And, there's some other things that you can add over time, but it's not hard to come up with a powerful offer if you have a great unique product that works. Okay. And again, you only need one. So I'm going to come over up to the top here, and now we can fill in some things that might be more familiar to you. Down up at the top, you would have what I call targeted traffic engines. So that's what you'll be filling in at the top there. So let's do that. So we'll call that targeted traffic engines. I like the engines idea, and the cool concept here behind targeted traffic engines. There's an asterisk next to that, and the same reason applies here. You only need one to start, and then you can start adding others as you go along. So what are some targeted traffic engines? You guys have some ideas of what would be in these boxes? Well, yeah, this would be Google, this would be Facebook, this is what we run. This would be, make sure I got that right. This would include Pinterest, because I believe that women are, really are the ones making decisions here as far as it relates to health and health supplements. So guess what? A lot of women are on Pinterest, and that's a great place to advertise. It would include Bing. I would put in there maybe native ads as well, because we also run on native ads. So these would be examples of targeted traffic engines where you can go and find people that would be interested in hearing more about your offer. Now, for us, we typically like to target women. For us, women in the U.S. over the age of 45. That tends to be a great market generally for a lot of products in the dietary supplement space. Richard was saying email. Okay, absolutely. You can do targeted traffic with email. In terms of starting out and just getting going, I would recommend starting with something like Google, maybe Bing, and then moving to Facebook and Pinterest, and then lastly, maybe native ads. But again, you only need one. Sherry says, what about Instagram and YouTube? Sure, you can, absolutely. In fact, that's a great place to target women, would be Instagram. YouTube has not, for us, it has not worked as great as I probably thought it would, but you know, we're still looking at ways to go back in there and see if we can make YouTube work for us. But these, I tell you, since you only need one to be very successful, and then you can start layering in others, really the one I would start with would be, you know, Google, Bing, and then Facebook. All right. So, and if you do it the way I'm teaching, you can actually, you can actually get your offers approved on these networks and not have to worry about getting shut down, which is awesome, right? All right. So let's take a look at what these things in the middle are, because they're very, very important. The first one, just write this above this block here, is, I call it the intro engine, or intro engines, okay? The second one is your courtship engines. It's like dating, right? You thought I was talking about Tinder or something. And the third one is your loyalty engines. Okay, so let's write down what some of these things are. On the intro engine side, write down quiz, a VSL, an info product, and content marketing. Those are all great examples of intro engines. And quite frankly, you only need, one or two of those to get started. So intro engines examples would be quiz, a VSL, an information product, front-end information product like an ebook, and content marketing. On the courtship engine side, actually, let me see if I can just put that in there real quick. On the courtship engines, let's do this. Quiz, yeah, VSL, info. So on the courtship side, I know this is getting a little busy there. On the courtship side, you can fill in email, remarketing, and blog. Okay? Because courtship, think about it this way. An intro is where someone is making a first blush, introductory to your business. There's the first touch that they have with your business. And so things like quizzes, you've probably seen quizzes or surveys on Facebook. You might have clicked an ad and gone straight to a video sales letter and learned about a problem and an offer that could probably solve the problem. Maybe you purchased a low-cost information product. That's a great way to get started to make an introduction to a business. But it's probably not enough for you to make a decision about buying the product. So we look at a horizon of 1 to 30 days of courtship of someone before they might come back and buy a product from us. And, so for a courtship engine, that includes things like email, again. All right, email. It would include remarketing, and that would take the shape of something like Facebook remarketing or Google display remarketing, or what they call retargeting, and having a blog. Where you're actually sending people traffic back to your blog and writing content about your particular topic. Maybe it's about weight loss, maybe it's about inflammation, maybe it's by digestive health issues, what have you. Okay, but those would be examples of courtship engines that you can use. And then from there, once they become a customer, then you want to have what I call loyalty engines. And this was where it gets really exciting. It's something that could come later on in the life cycle of your business, but it really helps your business grow and start to skyrocket. So these would include things like subscriptions, new products, because look, if you've spent the time and have courted them and turned them into a customer, then they're going to want to buy more stuff from you, right? Makes sense. So new products, community, so that they feel like they're part of something and they want to, learn more and maybe stay connected with you and educated. A blog is great as a loyalty engine. And then down here, lastly, but not least, is promotions. Because, well, I tell you, a lot of people make the mistake thinking that, oh, well, once I bring a customer, I just hit him with the promo. And, how many of you hate that about a business, right? Once you become a customer, all they do is hit you with promotions and it becomes frustrating for you, right? No one likes that. So, but if you do it intelligently and maybe tie in promotions with community or articles and the like, they're going to welcome that and they're going to buy from you again and again. So this is where we get into the mode of starting to increase the lifetime value of the customer. And once you have the underpinnings of, a foundation of the right purpose, documented core values, and people are seeing that imbued in everything that you do with your advertising, your products, and the way you communicate in your blog and your social proof, things like your Facebook fan page, they're going to really be deeply connected with you. I'm sure many of you have examples of brands that you feel more connected with than others, right? And that in the health space, that's vitally, vitally important, okay? So make sure you've got this all down. We'll see about I know you've got the worksheet. I just want to make sure you've got this information because this is incredibly important. The trust elements, having the AT&T website, making sure that people can see that you're real, they see who you are, they see that you're being transparent about who you are, your values, how you treat customers, your products work, and I'll get into that in just a moment to show you an example of that. Your products work and deliver, and people can report on that because they can come in and use things like a review system to report back whether they had a good, bad, or indifferent experience with you and your product, okay? Isn't that the kind of company you want to do business with? I mean, just think about the brands that you enjoy working with. Does that make sense? Okay, so cool. Let me go on to our next secret here, and that is I call it the micro virtual team. The importance of you having some people that you're working with so that you're not doing everything in the business. Vitally important. And I'm going to show you what I mean by micro because it doesn't have to be very expensive. So let me ask you a question. How many of you are like this? If you started a business or you're thinking about starting a business, how many of you are in this mode right now? Okay. Let me come back here to the chat window and see how many people are. Is this you? Yes or no? Let me make sure do I got you? Can you guys still hear me loud and clear? Yeah? Richard says yes. Yep. Ron says, okay. Yeah, that's it. All right. You may not look as goofy as this. All right. Maybe you're much more handsome or beautiful, but I mean, that was me when I first got started. The one-man band, doing everything. Didn't need anyone else on the drums, the cymbals, or the horns, and the guitar. I did it all, right? But that can be very lonely and can be very frustrating. So I'm going to introduce you to your micro team, okay? The people that you're going to need to get started with your business, to get this off the ground and get off on the right foot. And really, it's just you and three other team members. In fact, those three other team members can be part-time, okay? I had a great opportunity. I interviewed Tim Ferriss a couple of times. One time for his book, The 4-Hour Workweek, when that came out. Many of you might have a copy of that or read it. And so I really credit Tim with really getting the word out about this concept of hiring or retaining a virtual assistant. Another friend of mine calls it a general virtual assistant. I like that term, of having a general VA or general virtual assistant that can assist you with a wide variety of things. It can be, making sure that you're moving projects along as a sort of mini project manager. They can provide customer support functions until you scale up, and quite a few other things. They can do it very cost effectively. And all of my resources, except for my bookkeeper, pretty much are based in the Philippines. In fact, I went and met with them when I went to my friend's wedding. So I would recommend a general virtual assistant, part-time, and that person could be 10 hours a week or 15 hours a week, maybe just getting started. A full-time virtual assistant really can be very inexpensive, could be as low as $500 a month for full-time staff. So if you have a VA that is doing this part-time or maybe on an hourly basis, that can be done at a very low-cost basis. The same thing goes for your webmaster. A webmaster is going to be a bit more expensive, but you can start on a project basis or an hourly basis. And I would also recommend that you hire someone that is in the Philippines. We have 2 Filipino webmasters that are just stellar, and they do a great job for us, and they do it at a fraction of the cost of having someone in the United States take care of it for us. Where would you find those people? Well, I'm going to give you one of my resources. I would go to onlinejobs.ph, and I'll put it in the chat here for you. Onlinejobs.ph is my go-to secret weapon. Online, is that right? Yeah. .ph is my secret weapon for finding stellar virtual assistants, video editors, webmasters. You do have to kiss a few frogs and test a couple out, but once you find one, they're like gold, and we tend to work with people for years, and they stay very, very loyal, and generally don't call in sick, and are very just take care of business. So that's fantastic. The other person that y'all would have on your team is a part-time bookkeeper. And if you're an accountant yourself, or you're used to doing your own books, your own taxes, I would say stop, okay? Because this is something you want to start focusing on your business, on your marketing, and making sure things are moving forward, and don't keep yourself busy with busy work. So it is important that you do have the line item entries being taken care of, and you have your bills being paid, but hire somebody on the side to do that for you. There are great outsourced companies that can do it for you, like bench.io or fullyaccountable.com. Those are 2 examples. I'll just go ahead and put those in the chat as well, that you can take a look at and see if they might work for you. Bench.io, I think it is, and fullyaccountable.com are 2 great examples. Okay. Let's see. Judy says you're losing sound. Is everyone else picking up my sound okay? Or are you hearing me okay? All right. Am I coming through loud and clear? Just give me a yes or a 5 by 5 that you're picking me up okay. That would be great. Okay. All right. Cool. So yep. Dron says yes. So let's see. So that's your micro team. Now the third thing, which again, people make the mistake thinking that general internet business training and hanging out with people that are just doing any old thing online is the place to be. And I'm going to say that's also a mistake that you're going to want to fix. And it's another secret of success in this business, is that you'll want to get industry-specific coaching and be a part of an industry-specific community. Okay, it was one of my, I know a lot of gurus might fool you into thinking that you can go and, go to any old traffic and conversion event or any old information product education event, or, learn how to sell things on Amazon is going to apply equally to the health and wellness space or to the supplement space. And like I said, some of it applies, but you're going to make a, big mistake by not also layering in industry-specific coaching and community. So I'm going to share with you some events that have really been difference makers for me in driving my success at Real Dose Nutrition and Ultimate Lifespan. Number one is I go to events like Supply Side West, which is like the preeminent event for people that are in the dietary supplement space. It's a huge show. It's held in Las Vegas every year in the September-October timeframe, and it's the place to go and meet contract manufacturers, ingredient suppliers, ingredient distributors, formulators, and get the best, latest thinking in the dietary supplement industry. Okay, I go there just about every year. There's a small little sister version of that event called Ingredient Marketplace that's held in Orlando. That one's actually coming up this April. So that's a great event if you want to have a little smaller venue and same kinds of folks, ingredient suppliers, manufacturers, private label suppliers, and you can also meet with their scientists and sit down with them and have a nice conversation. So that's a smaller venue. In fact, there are some manufacturers that will take you and give you a tour of their facility if you go to places like Orlando. And then the third one is Natural Products Expo. I actually know the former CEO of the company that put this on, Patrick Ray, and Natural Products Expo is a huge event as well. They have a sort of an event within the event for dietary supplement space, but they also cover the packaged food or natural food industry as well. Great show. If you can tie it in with a trip to Disneyland, that'd be great. It's in Anaheim, California. So those are 3 events you want to write down and put on your list if you're considering getting into the online, having a purpose-driven e-commerce health business. Okay. Now there are a couple of. Let me take a quick drink here. There are a couple of key networking events that you're going to want to attend or consider attending so that you can rub elbows with other successful people in the industry. Now, I have a neighbor now, she's in my town and here in Boulder, Colorado, that I met as a result of going to events like this. And now we're doing cross promotions of each other's products. That's Leanne Ely of SavingDinner.com. So, that's a great example of opportunities to meet people at events. And, it's important because sometimes even though you're doing stuff online, you may not be meeting the kinds of people that are selling the same kinds of products you are, and that's vitally important. So one great event is, it's actually a networking event called the Consumer Health Summit. It's put on by a good friend of mine, Michael Fishman. Michael has spoken at my events twice. And he has an event, I would call it the creme de la creme, of where you can find and meet other very successful health business owners. These are health information product owners, health supplement company owners. These are people that are, Dr. Mark Hyman, for example, attends this event, and he's the he's the personal doctor for Hillary Clinton, as an example. So that you meet and greet some really amazing people. Now, Michael Fishman, because of him, I met my business partner, Dr. Stephen Siskin, as an example. So another great example of why you would want to go to events like this. Now, Consumer Health Summit, it's not cheap. It's $6,000 to attend that event. But the caliber of people that are there, it's invitation only as well, is phenomenal. Now, another event that's near and dear to my heart that I hold every year is called the Health Profit Summit. And we have one coming up April 1st and 2nd. And that's another opportunity where I bring in my friends. Many of them are CEOs, captains of industry in the health supplement and health information space. And they come in and share their secrets because they're friends of mine and speak at my event. And also it's a great place to network and hobnob with other people that are like-minded like you, they're starting their own health businesses. Okay, so those are 2 big things that I would consider attending. I'll share with you in just a moment how you could attend the Health Profit Summit for free. Does that sound good? Would you be interested in that? You and a guest, or you and a business partner. So the third thing, there's sort of a subsection of Secret 3, is making sure that you're not just getting general business coaching. That you're not just getting generalized business coaching, that you're getting health business specific coaching, because like I said, it can be very lonely, can be very confusing, and it could get expensive if you're getting the wrong advice, especially if something gets shut down because you made a mistake, right? So that's why I think having the right coaching is vitally important. And it's one of the reasons why, in addition to running my health supplement companies, one of my passions, one of my purposes in life is to help a lot more people than I'm helping right now through my supplement companies. And that is helping to incubate and launch other purpose-driven online health companies like Real Dose Nutrition. And the way I do that is through my coaching business. I have a coaching business called Health Profits Academy. And if you're interested, because you've been on my list for some time, I think you're familiar with what I do here. If you're interested, I'd like to do something very, very special for you, because you've been in my tribe, so to speak, for a long time, and I'd like to share this with you. Would that be interesting to you? Would you like to hear about what I have for you, because you've been around me for quite some time, and maybe you'd like to hear what I'm doing? Yeah, sounds good. Does that sound good to you? I just want to make sure I get your permission to share this with you. I think yeah. Oh, okay, perfect. So I'm going to share a bit about what I do with the Health Profits Academy, and what's happened with the Health Profits Academy in the 2 years since I've launched this. I call it now my 6-week success system, and I've done a lot of things to tune this up so that people can have that third secret. They can have the coaching that they need, coaching and community that they need, and an event that they need in order to be successful in this space, and to have that purpose-driven business. So there are, part of that is 6 weekly live online training sessions that cover everything that someone would need to get their purpose-driven e-commerce health business off the ground. Company setup, virtual team, that unique product that works, getting that developed. Those engines that I talked about, the intro engines, the courtship engines, the loyalty engines, getting those produced. And again, you only need really to get started with one intro engine and one courtship engine to get off the ground. The ability to go and travel and work from home, or have the flexibility because you have outsourced operations. You're not warehousing products in your house. You're not boxing things up yourself. You're not picking up the phones and answering them yourself. You have outsourced an outsourced team that's taking care of this for you. And when you have those things set up, then you can start thinking about the targeted traffic and sending that through your intro engine and onto your courtship engine. So we cover all of that in the live online training sessions. I really have it broken up into sort of a live overview session, and then I'll have broken down modules or video modules of taking you step by step, basically bite-sized chunks of how to implement each step along the way. Okay? So in addition to that, well, I've changed things up a bit in terms of how I do this. I now offer live Q&A calls, but they're video access to me. Okay? So here I am. I'll jump on the video here just in a second, but you get live access to me so that I can come in and answer your questions directly and get all of your questions answered. I can be that sounding board for you to make sure you're heading in the right direction. And I'm going to now, this is new for this particular training, I'm going to make hot seats available for everybody so you can get individualized attention. Okay, so if you feel you're ready, I can bring you on a hot seat. We can go deep dive into your business and share that with everyone for the benefit of you and everyone else that's on the call. Okay, and this is so you can get real-time feedback, so that as you're working on your business, you're getting the directional feedback that you need to be successful. All right. So in addition to that, I have the creme de la creme partners that I have spent the last 11 years assembling. And I have put every one of them into my VIP Rolodex. So you have access to them. You don't have to make the mistakes that I made, and you can save tens of thousands of dollars or more by not making mistakes and having the right partners help you with your business. That's my contract manufacturers, my fulfillment capability, my regulatory compliance team, etc. All of that is in there. In addition, I have a private membership area so that you can treat that as your resource library where you can go back and everything is going to be recorded and available to you again and again. So you can go back and refer to anything that you need. I'll have checklists available. I'll have the videos available. I'll have access to, well, I'll get into that in just a moment, but you'll have access to a private Facebook group. I love using Facebook. I'm not a big Facebook fan in terms of just, being on it 24/7, but I love using Facebook for bringing a tribe together and having you collaborate virtually with other people that are building their purpose-driven e-commerce health businesses as well. Okay, so you'll have access to that, and I've done this before. It's been wildly successful. People love this, and so I'm going to do it again because I'm having my Health Profit Summit April 1st and 2nd. I'm going to do two things for Fast Mover bonuses. For the first 10 people that take me up on this, and I'm doing this just for you that have been on my list. So there's a very special thing I'm about to announce here. So stay tuned. For the first 10 people that take me up on this, I'm going to give a 30-minute private consultation with me. I can go through and help you suss out what market you're planning to go in after, what unique product you might want to bring to that market, and help make sure that you're off into the races with minimum fuss. Okay, we can get a lot done in 30 minutes. That's a $2,000 value, and because I mentioned it to you, the Health Profit Summit, I've got 2 free tickets for you for the first 20 people that register and take advantage of this special offer I'm about to reveal to you. So the first 20 people get 2 free tickets to the Health Profit Summit Live. That's April 1st and 2nd. It's coming up, and it's here in beautiful sunny Boulder. This is where people congregate that are in this business, that are the movers and shakers. This is where the people that are kicking ass and taking names and making a difference are making it happen. So you'll want to get out here to Boulder for the Health Profit Summit. If you get the bonus and you can't make it, I'll get you the recordings of the live event. But I tell you, you really want to make sure that you make it here because of the networking opportunities. That's an $8,000 value. So let me stack it up here for you. You've got the online training sessions. That's a $5,000 value. You've got the live Q&A, video live Q&A with me, $5,000 value. My supplier Rolodex, my gold, how do you put a price tag on that? Is because it's worth tens of thousands of dollars. I put a value of $8,000 minimum. The private membership area in the Facebook group, $3,500. Your 30-minute consult with me, $2,000. And the Fast Mover bonus number 2, 2 tickets to the Health Profit Summit Live, $8,000 value. So if you add that all up, that's $31,500 value. Okay, and I think you would agree with me if you had a business that was a purpose-driven e-commerce business that enabled you to take care of you and your family and your heirs, and was helping thousands, if not tens of thousands, or maybe like me, hundreds of thousands of people live a happier, healthier lives. Wouldn't $31,500 be worth it? Of course it would, right? In a second, if you knew that you had all the training and tools and support needed, that would be a small price to pay. Well, let's compare that to, maybe some of you guys have looked at the cost of a franchise if you were looking at having your own maybe physical business. Well, Supercuts, if you want to get in the haircut business, $294,000 to have a Supercuts franchise. Anytime Fitness, which is pretty popular, $375,000, and you got to show up and be pretty doggone fit. Subway sandwich, very popular. Been around for a long time, but still a popular franchise. $263,000. A UPS store. Seen many people do this. UPS store, $435,000. And one of the top 3, believe it or not, out there right now is Dunkin' Donuts. Sort of the antithesis of health, but a whopping $600,000 for a Dunkin' Donuts franchise. So I guess when you compare, even that $31,000 to any of these franchise opportunities, you're basically talking about a business system, right? A business system that works, a business system that has support behind it. Oh, by the way, you're going to pay a royalty, pretty big royalty, back to the home company, and a huge startup expense to get going in this business that you're not going to have starting a purpose-driven e-commerce health business. Let me share a story here from Kevin. Kevin from Adele, Iowa. Kevin attended one of my Health Profits Academy events and the Health Profits Summit. And here's what he had to say. He said, I believe in taking a portion of your income and reinvesting in training. After taking your training and attending the Health Profits Summit, I got the expert guidance I needed to sell my supplement business for a 7-figure payday. Okay. In fact, Kevin was one of the first fast movers, and he got the 30-minute consult with me as well and got some guidance on that. So Kevin, congratulations on that. Fantastic success story with Kevin. But I'm not going to stop there, because I think there's one thing that you really need to, another thing that would really help, provide icing on the cake, the cherry on top for your success in the e-commerce health space. And that is, I call this Health Profits Ignition. One of the things that was on your list for intro engines was info products. And this is a whole course within a course where I show you how to rapidly construct a health info product from scratch in an A to Z fashion. Okay, so everything you need to create a health info product, whether it's a DVD, a CD, an ebook, or video, that you can use as a way to introduce your prospects to your business. You can sell these as low-cost information products, get them into your sphere of influence, and then upsell them on supplements. It's a great way to get started in the health business, and it's a great way to do it at a very low cost, on a low-cost basis, and use your profits to snowball and purchase, say, inventory for a custom formula. So that's going to be included as a bonus, absolutely free. That's an extra $9.97 value. So I'm going to go through the stack here. You got $5K for the live online training sessions. You got the live Q&A calls, $5K. The Rolodex is $8,000. The Facebook group and membership area, $3,500. The one-on-one call with me, $2,000. The 2 tickets to the Health Profits Summit live, $8,000. And the Ignition course is $997 on top of that. That's $32,497. But what I'm doing for you, because you've been on my list, you've been a subscriber, you've been in my sphere of influence, and maybe now is, spring's coming, you're thinking about, transitions and changes in your life. Maybe now is the time, and I want to, because I have my live event coming up, I want to give you the opportunity to take advantage of that live event if you're one of the first 20 to take advantage of that with me. So what I'm going to offer to you, and I'm going to ask you that you keep this private to the folks on this call, very important, okay? Because hundreds of people have invested in the Health Profits Academy at the regular price of $3,000, okay? Hundreds of people have done that. And I'm going to make it available for 24 hours at the price of $997. So this is unprecedented. It's only for 24 hours, okay? So I'm live with you right now. It's 12:02 Mountain Time. It's we're just an hour into the training. We're wrapping up the training, but it's 24 hours from now. I'm going to close this down, and that price will not be seen again. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that. Let me do this. Let me do that and make sure that you have it available. Okay, so I just put that, I just made it available for you as we're talking here. You can see it hopefully in your screen there, that you'd be able to take a look and see what is open to you. So that link there and that button, if you click on the Learn More, that would take you to the $997 offer. That's the private page for that, because you've been on my list. You've been a loyal subscriber. And I'll come back and I'll come back and answer some other questions that are coming in here in just a moment. Okay, but I just wanted to make sure that you had that there. Hopefully that is showing up for you and you can see it. Can everyone see the offer link that came up? You can go to healthprofitsacademy.com/purpose, or you can see the offer link, and I just want to make sure that that's coming up for you. Kevin, Sherry, Mara, did that link come through? Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll do that, Sherry, in just a moment. I'll come and answer your questions in just a sec here. So we went through that. Let me share this with you. So I'm gonna share with you that this is the guarantee that is really to end all guarantees. 100% ironclad, better than money back guarantee. If you at any time you're not convinced that you found the right coach, that you have the right training, that this is the perfect community for you, and you're not convinced that you can build a successful online purpose-driven health business, just let me know by the last day of training, and I'll give you your money, 100% of your money back, and I'll kick in an extra $100 for your trouble. Okay? I mean, I don't know. I'm putting everything on the line here, and I'm taking all the risk. Just go to healthprofitsacademy.com/purpose so you can get that flash sale price on this. You're not gonna see that again. I promise you. So that's a big deal. Let me share a great quote from a gentleman, Dan Gallipo, who was the instructor at an event. He was one of the instructors at Gary Halbert's seminar that I attended in Florida. So actually, Gary brought me in as a success story because Gary wrote one of my first sales letters for my first supplement product. And Dan was there. Dan was on the faculty. Dan is a guru to the gurus. He is a consultant to Agora, which is one of the largest finance and health publication companies on the planet. They sell they have their own supplement division as well. This is what Dan had to say. He said, if you're interested in starting a supplement business the quickest way possible with the most chance for success, this is where you want to be. Okay. Thank you, Dan. He's just, like I said, he is the guru to the gurus. So you want to go, if you want that 24-hour flash sale opportunity, or right now go and if you want to be one of the first 10 or first 20, so you can get the one-on-one consult with me and get the tickets to the live event, then go to healthprofitsacademy.com/purpose so you can pick up that price, that $997 price. Okay. So let me share another bit of feedback from another customer. This is the Supply Side West Editor's Choice Award, won by a company called Spice Farm for their Golden Goddess turmeric chai. Turmeric chai and Food of the Gods chocolate elixirs. And there's their product. There's the products that company makes. And that is a picture of Kitty Wells. Kitty Wells is not only a graduate of Health Profits Academy, but she's the founder of Spice Farm. And we were sitting there as they were about to announce the winner. She was in the finalist. Her and her husband Frank were finalists for this. And I was taking a video, and she announced the name Spice Farm, and Kitty's eyes lit up, and she went up on stage, and she proceeded to thank supply side and started to go through her thank yous. And she said, and I want to thank, she kind of capped it off, and I want to thank my mentor and business coach, Buck Rizvi. And I tell you, my heart just was full. It was such an emotional, exciting event to be there. And it was so amazing to hear Kitty Wells from stage after winning the CPG Editor's Choice at the Supply Side West. So let me, that's really what I had to share with you is if you'd like to join me, if you would like to have your own purpose-driven e-commerce health supplement business, if you would like to make a difference for yourself, for your family, for potentially thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of customers, not just selling a spatula, not just selling, some meaningless product that doesn't get you out of bed every morning, but actually making a difference, then I would encourage you to join me and become part of this community. I'm doing this because you've been on my list for some time, and I think you've been thinking about it. I wanted to give you the incentive, the oomph to make that decision, and quite frankly, giving you a time limit on this because, first of all, this $997 is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous that I'm making it available at this rate. Hundreds have paid $3,000 for this course. Okay, so and what I'm going to do is while I'm talking, I'm going to make an exception here. While I'm talking and answering your questions, if you sign up now, you will get the consult with me and the 2 tickets to Health Profit Summit Live. I'll take the pressure off for the first 20 right now while I'm talking. Okay. It was congratulations, Gerald. It sounds like you're in. Fantastic. Yes, you're in. You're in one of the first 10 because I'm talking and you're in. So congratulations. Let's see. Dr. Ron signed it. Congratulations, Don. I'm sorry, Dr. Ron. So Dr. Ron, let me put my glasses on so you can see. Let me turn on my video. I need to put my glasses on. Turn on my video. Let me. Voice. I am going to give you the one-on-one consult with me, the 2 tickets to the Health Profit Summit Live. You are in. Congratulations, Eric. Awesome. Johannes says, will I share the suppliers, please? Yes, I will. So you'll have all the VIP Rolodex suppliers. You'll have my manufacturers, my, everybody that I use in my business, I will be sharing with you. Okay. So you'll have what you need. Peter says, what if we have an existing supplement business? What if you already have a product, a website? We're getting sales. We just want to sell more. Well, Peter, of course, this is where you need to be. First of all, I am a practitioner. I am using my best practices of what I know works and allows me to scale. Why wouldn't you want to be learning from me in what is working well for my business? Okay, I've done this for the past 10 years. I'm wildly successful at it, and I swim with a lot of folks that have 7- and 8-figure businesses. Okay, so yes, this is for you. If you have a business that's already a supplement business or a health info product business, if you're a health practitioner, yes. Dr. Ron, congratulations. That's a great place to be. I will teach you how to work with doctors like I have. I'll teach you a place where you can go and find a doctor. In fact, one of the places where I think I mentioned that for some folks that signed up on this, one of the places that you can go is a website called nonclinicalcareers.com. I'll just put it in there because I promised to share one of my secret resources with you. You can go to nonclinicalcareers.com, and they actually have a Facebook, a LinkedIn group, and you can find docs that are looking to promote and get into other careers, or maybe be an endorser of products, or maybe even be a business partner. So that's a great watering hole to find doctors that might want to work with you. But if you're a doc, if you're a health practitioner, then you're going to be you're in a great place right off the top. Sam says, I'm ready and ordering now. Congratulations, Sam. Awesome. Good job. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Let's see. Can this work for a complete rookie? Well, so I'm not making any assumptions, Dee, about this at all. I'm not making, and I have people that are in their 20s and in their 70s that are graduates or that have been part of the Health Profits Academy community. I mean, you saw the picture of Kitty. Kitty is a boomer. I'm not quite a boomer. I'm a Gen Xer, but she's a boomer. And if Kitty can make it work, anyone can make it work, right? You don't have to be an expert. You just have to be able to follow along. And I'm going to give you the step-by-step, the checklists, the video segments on how to do these things and how to find the right people, to take care of business for you. Shabina says, is this done through dropshipping? And it is not done through dropshipping. Dropshipping is a different kind of business. It is actually done through private labeling or producing your own product, your own custom formulas, private labeling or your own custom formulas, and having those shipped from your own fulfillment center. I'm not talking about FBA or fulfillment by Amazon or even Amazon at all. This is not about selling on Amazon, okay? So this is about having your own products with your label, your brand on them, and shipping them from your fulfillment center. And that's the best place to be because that's going to enable you to do a lot of other things. You could sell on Amazon, but it's going to give you the most value for your investment, and it's going to give you the most, what I would call exit value. So if you're looking to sell your business, which maybe a few years down the track, we may sell our business, then you're going to have the biggest valuation because you have everything under your own control. Okay, coming down here, I will share suppliers, Johanna, so you're taken care of. Eric's in, Joel's in, thank you very much. Stu says, do you need to worry about liability insurance? So here's one of the cool secrets about liability insurance in the health supplement space. And that is that you can I have at least one or more manufacturers that will add you as an additional named insured to their liability insurance policy. So that basically means you can get started and not have to worry about having liability insurance. Now, when you get to a certain run rate, then I probably would recommend you have liability insurance, and that's what we do. The good news is liability insurance has been coming way down because the overall success and safety associated with the dietary supplement space the track record has been amazing. So in my Rolodex, I give you the best source for getting your own liability insurance when you're ready, if you need it, okay? And in fact, I had one of my students come to me and say, Buck, you've saved me thousands of dollars on my liability insurance and got her the best rates possible. So it's very cost effective, but again, you can have yourself added as an additional named insured to someone else's policy and use that as a starting point. I'm coming up here to the top. Peter says, I'm in. Thank you. You made a very wise decision. Thank you. Absolutely. Yeah, you put mine in there. Awesome, Peter. Awesome. Good work. Any selling on Amazon training, Jay's asking. So, I will touch on selling on Amazon, but this is not an Amazon course. Okay. I focus on selling off Amazon, and then we use Amazon as an adjunct sales channel, as an additional sales channel after you get going. Because if you are doing what I teach you with the Health Profits Success Blueprint, then you have your own intro and content engines running, your own loyalty engines, and then people are getting introduced to you, and then they're going and looking for you maybe elsewhere. They might be looking on your own website, but also going to Amazon to see if there's a deal there, or just because they prefer to read the reviews and buy off of Prime there. So that would be another way. I would just view it as another sales channel for you, not as the primary place, and we're not focused on selling on Amazon, okay? So fantastic. Is there a payment plan, Thumper's asking? Yes, there is. So if you go to healthprofitsacademy.com/purpose, and here for you, turn screen share on. Is that the one? Yeah. Down here, there are two options for you. I'd recommend the single pay because I'm going to include the video recordings for Health Profit Summit. Okay, so it's a great value. You're going to save some money, and it's going to get you all of the recordings and presentations from the Health Profit Summit. There is a multi-pay there, three pay of $397 available as well. Okay, and someone forgot to remind me. Okay, but it's here. If you go to the Q&A section, whoops, let me go down here to Q&A. There it is. I have a bunch of questions answered here. There is the Dr. Dave's interview. There's an MP3 file there for you to download, and you can grab the interview and listen to a 45-minute interview with Dr. Dave. It's pure gold. I promised that at the beginning of the training. So take a look at that and make sure you grab that. I think that's very, very valuable. Here, let's see. Stu says I'm in. Hey, Stu, awesome. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Shabina says I have to talk to my partner, and if I sign up after a few hours, I don't want to miss out on the 2 tickets to your event or the other bonuses. So, Shabina, get back to, okay, so Shabina, get back to me. I've got you down. I'm going to assume that you're in, and get back to me right away. Okay, I'm going to assume that you're in because the way you phrase that. So get back to me. I'll assume you're in. I'll make sure you're taken care of for the 2 tickets to the Health Profit Summit Live. All right. Let's see. Sherry, just email me at support@healthprofitsacademy.com. We'll take care of you. It sounds like you got a support issue there. You'd like to go to the full pay, no problem. And Joel says, will you cover what you say in your auto email sequence with potential customers and customers as well? Yes. So I will cover what to include in the courtship engine portion of the training. So how to put together the courtship engine and what that follow-up email sequence will look like. I'll give you the exact copy that we use for our follow-up engine, but of course you're going to want to make that appropriate for your own product and not just plagiarize what I'm doing. I'm giving it to you as a inspiration, not for plagiarization. Is that a word? I don't know. Leonard says, I'm in. Thanks, Buck. Great offer. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Jake says, I'm in. Congratulations. Thank you, Sherry. Awesome. You're very, very welcome. Paul, the question and answer section on the page, if you go down here, all of those questions are answered. If I didn't answer one of those questions, you can go ahead and email me at support@healthprofitsacademy.com, and I will get that taken care of for you. Okay, no problem. April dates for the live event. So it's April 1st and 2nd. Not to take anything away from April Fool's Day, but that's a weekend. That's a Saturday and Sunday here in Boulder, Colorado. It's an amazing place to be here. I love living here in Boulder. It's going to be spring. The tulips will be sprouting. The trees will be blossoming. Everything's going to be beautiful. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to have a great time. The link to the doctor's recording, Shabina, is on that page. So go to healthprofitsacademy.com/purpose. Scroll down to the questions and answers portion, and there's a link right there that says Dr. Dave's Supplement Success Story bonus download is right there. Okay, Dr. Mark, you're in. Okay, congratulations. Well, since you can hear my voice, you're going to get that. I'll make sure that you're taken care of. No problem. And let's see. Gracias. And Richard says, gracias, no fooling. No fooling for April Fool's Day, right? Brian says, is the market saturated? And that's actually one of the questions that's answered in the Q&A. I'll just read it to you verbatim, but the question on the Q&A here on the page is at healthprofitsacademy.com/purpose. Says, how can I be successful when there's so much competition online? Now, Brian asked it a different way. He said, common question, is the market saturated? And I say it's counterintuitive. But some of the right markets are so vast, and it's true, like weight loss, for example, that you want there to be multiple competitors that are selling successfully online. When I first got into the dietary supplement space, I went into the detox market, and I was so happy to see that it was one of the things that I went through. I was happy to see that there were not one, not two, but 3 companies that were selling in 8 figures online a product similar to what I wanted to come out with. Okay, so by seeing that, I knew that I wasn't the pioneer, because pioneers get slaughtered. That's what they say out here in the West anyway. So pioneers get slaughtered. So I was glad to see people were having success. I could take a different angle and be successful as well, because I knew the market was big. So this is part of what I teach in the product market research portion of this program. There's always room for another product, either to take a different set of ingredients, maybe they have a different scientific approach to those ingredients and how they go after tackle the problem, and to use ethical health marketing techniques, which is what I teach. Okay, and not everyone knows my success blueprint. All right, so yes, my short answer is yes. There is plenty of room. The market's not saturated, and unfortunately, there are a lot of very, very sick and getting sicker people in the Western world, okay, that need help. So we're doing people a huge service by doing this. And Stu says, the pioneers by all the arrows in their back. That's right. We're out here in engine country, that's for sure. Tony says, I ordered, thank you, Buck. Will I receive confirmation? You will. I will email you. Give me a little bit of time, because I'm going to go and go spend some time with my wife, go take a walk outside. Such a beautiful winter day at 70 degrees here in Boulder, Colorado. But I'll make sure you're taken care of. Go to the offer page. Make sure that you see the offer. It's right there. Just click on it. You can see that it ends in 24 hours. I ain't kidding. Okay? That offer, whether you get the bonuses or not, is a screaming deal. Screaming deal. So I would go and jump on it right now. You will not see it again. You're going to see the $3,000 offer. Okay, if you come back and get on another webinar, don't think you're going to get on another webinar with me later before the Health Profit Summit and see the same deal. You're not. you're not going to see it. Okay, ain't going to happen. You're going to see the $3,000 deal, and that's just the way it is. The next time I will offer Health Profits Academy will be next year, if at all. Okay, so I focus on my business. I focus on my health supplement businesses. I do this because it's part of my purpose is to help other people get into the space and do it the right way. And the other thing that I do is companies like Kitty, who I showed you earlier. If you do it the right way, let me share my screen here. If you do it the right way, as a product for me to promote to my 1 million name list that I have at Real Dose Nutrition. How would you like to have your product promoted to 1 million people? Okay, if you've done it right and you have a great product and it makes sense to me, you follow in my footsteps, then I would say, I would consider promoting your product to my list, because I'm looking for I'm looking for companies that have high quality products to promote. And Kitty's is a great example of that. So, I'm not promising you anything, but I'm saying this is another reason I'm looking for companies. There's in my estimation, far too few super high quality, super ethical online health businesses doing this the right way. And I want to create more. Okay. So that deadline is real. It ain't fake. I'm taking it down after that. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Dee Dee's asking typical startup costs. If you're doing this with a, there's sunk costs of starting a company, such as doing your LLC correctly, getting some initial website design done so you can get your AT&T website, your authentic, trustworthy, transparent website up and running. Your initial product inventory, depending on if you're going to go private label, which I might recommend that you look at private label, or maybe start with an info product. Use the Health Profits Ignition training to do an info product to start. You could get this going with, I would recommend a 5K war chest, because you want to have enough headroom to invest in the startup of your company, maybe have some cash for your private label products, because you can do that for as little as 200 units of a private label product, or get your info product up, and then have some money to do some media buying. Okay. Buying ads on Google or Facebook. But the nice thing about that is that you can steamroll that as you optimize and get sales. You can use that to drive further sales, take the profits and reinvest. So this is when you compare that to Dunkin' Donuts, or a Supercuts, or a UPS store, or anything like that. That's just mouse nuts compared to any other kind of business opportunity. When you look at the training that I'm offering, that is, again, mouse nuts. So I would just say this is a tiny, tiny investment. Look, if this is your last dime and you're looking to, and this is one of those things where this has got to work, or else, I would say, no, this is not the right opportunity for you. You need to go off and do something else. But, if you're a mature adult, you can follow a system, and this excites you, being able to put together your own purpose-driven e-commerce health business, then I would say that that startup investment is very minimal indeed. Okay. And Dee Dee's saying, what are 3 factors that separate folks who are successful doing this versus those that are not? Well, it's funny that you mentioned 3. So I actually, if you took the inverse, Dee Dee, of what I just gave you in the training, that would be the people that are not successful. So that would be, for example, number 1, it would the people that don't follow a proven blueprint, okay, for health businesses, that follow a generic blueprint that maybe is good for a kitchen gadget, but not necessarily for health supplements. It's not appropriate for health supplements. So maybe if you're selling a kitchen gadget, you can be less transparent. You can have certain things not available, not have to worry about the courtship phase and other things, and loyalty in this type of business. But for a supplement business, you really want to follow the proven success blueprint. Okay, so that's one thing that would differentiate people that are successful that are not. Number two, I think what I talked about earlier about having the right team, having a small team that's supporting you. If you don't, and you're not, first of all, a team does two things. One is it gives you more hands to get the job done. Number two, it forces you to show up, because it's so easy to just say, I'm going to go back and turn on my YouTube or get on Facebook or read my news site or instant message my friend and not, just go back to the way things were. Go back to baseline and just keep, having the same crappy things happen in my life instead of actually moving forward. So by having a micro team, you instantly become accountable to your micro team, and it actually has you show up and get things done. So that's really one other aspect of the micro team that's very, very powerful. And then the third thing, which was the inverse of what I was talking about, which is having the right, industry specific coaching and community. If you don't have that, then you're going to go, if you get generic coaching, generic training that is, again, to sell a spatula and not to sell a health supplement, then, why would you expect that you'd be successful in this line of business? Okay. The industry specific community and coaching is vitally important. Okay. So hopefully, hopefully that makes sense. Tim says, I missed most of the webinar. Is this the same? Yeah. So Tim, this is the new generation of the Health Profits Academy. So we're having a flash sale on Health Profits Academy. I've added some bonuses to it. I really sweeten the pot. If you can hear my voice and you take advantage of that flash sale deal, which should be on your screen right now, you can click on that and learn more, then you will be able to take advantage of that special pricing, the $997 pricing, and join me for a one-on-one call. Because if you can hear my voice, I'll get you the one-on-one call and the 2 seats to the Health Profits Summit. Okay. Shabina, I think that the replay technology will work. I'm using, how did this work, by the way? Can you give me a rating on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being 5 stars, of how this webinar technology worked for you? Was my voice clear? Did the screen share work for you? Were you able to see the offer? Did that come up for you? Just give me a 1 to 5 star rating and let me know if that worked. That will include, it should be able to deliver to you a replay of this if you want to go back and look at it and see it again or share it with someone else. Give me a 1 to 5 on that. Shabina says, no, everyone's saying 5. Tony says 5. This came through. I'm not asking you to rate me, but I just sort of the webinar technology that I use that is this work across. Yeah, that's it. 5. Everyone's saying 5. Awesome. Oh, I'm so glad. Okay, good. Well, it's nice to hear that that the technology is working and cooperating with us. I do have a high bandwidth connection here, but I just wanted to make sure that that came in. Tim says, I'm in. Well done. The audio is 4, says Joel, and the screen was 5. Okay, awesome. Fantastic. And it should have worked on a mobile device as well. All right, so let me share this with you again. And since I have a oops, I'm sharing the wrong duh. I'm going to wrap this up by saying thank you. Thank you so much for joining me for this training. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for being a subscriber and on my list and listening to me. Thank you for considering this. And if you do join and become part of this community, thank you for doing that. Thank you to everyone that has already signed up. Congratulations to you. I'm going to put my heart and soul into this. I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to help you be successful, and I'm going to help us together create amazing, purpose-driven e-commerce supplement companies that really matter, that really make a difference in people's lives. Let me close by sharing a story, actually a testimonial that came in from one of my customers, and this came in within the last week or so, and it really warmed my heart. I'm going to bring it up here. Here it is. It really warmed my heart. It might be a little small for you. Let me see if I can make it bigger. But let me see if I can zoom it. Yes, I can. Okay. So this came in, and this literally brought tears to my eyes when I read something like this, and I get these pretty often, but this is a great example. It's from Phil. I'm gonna get choked up here. It says, "Great product. I've been using Real Meal GF, which is one of our product. Excuse me, our grass-fed whey product. Real Meal GF is part of my breakfast smoothie for about 2 years. Combined with a better overall diet and dedicated exercise program, it has helped me in several areas. In 2015, my triglycerides were 256 when I had my annual physical, but in my 2016 physical, they had dropped to 87. I also had a drop in my glucose level and an improved LDL/HDL ratio. I've been able to achieve the weight loss goal I set for myself, and at age 75, at 75 years young, my energy and strength levels have improved, and I'm sleeping better. As part of my nutrition plan, I add 1 scoop of Real Reds, which is one of our other products, our red and purple fruit product, to my breakfast smoothie, and I take our Real Dose Omega-3 TG and Weight Loss Formula #1. So I'm like, wow, here's a customer who went through our intro engine, went through our courtship engine, said yes, probably to our Omega-3 TG, was able to have a great physical, provable health improvement by dropping their triglycerides from 256 to 87, and then now got to his ideal weight, okay, and is taking now continuously our Omega-3, our Weight Loss Formula #1, our Real Reds product, and our Real Meal GF. I mean, that just is so inspiring to see the change on, a boomer like this. Someone is, well, actually maybe a little bit older than a boomer, but someone is just having great success with our products, having a great outcome, and we're making a difference. I mean, this is, Phil, I would suspect that you're a father, that you're a grandfather, maybe even a great-grandfather, and it's touching the lives of you and all your families, all your heirs. And I've done that through my business. I'm so proud of that, and that's what I want for you. I want you to be able to have these kinds of cards and letters, well, e-cards and letters coming into your business. These come into our website because every time someone buys our product, we send out an email a couple weeks later saying, hey, what did you think? Could you give us a review? And could you give us a rating? Just like I'd asked you about giving me a review on the Webinar Jam software. So I thought that might, if you're kind of sitting on the fence right now and you're not sure and don't know what kind of business you might want to be in, just think about Phil. Think about the Phils out there, or the Marshas or the Brendas. These are all names of customers that I know of my business that are having success with my products. We're making a big difference. We're a purpose-driven. This is my purpose: is putting out great products and impacting the lives of people. And I hope you join me. I hope you join me in this mission to do the same. So that's what I had for you today. Next 24 hours, I think we're down to maybe 23 hours, but in the next 23 hours or so, if you go to healthprofitsacademy.com/purpose, I need to fix things up. You may get the login to my previous training when you opt in. Don't worry, I'm going to get everything fixed up so you get access to when I launch the new training. The new training starts right around the week of March 7th, just letting you know. So, but in the meantime, I'm going to get you the Rolodex. I'm going to get you into the Facebook group. I'm going to get you, the confirmation. If you can hear my voice, you signed up, you're going to get the consult with me, so you can book that. You can get your tickets and registration to the Health Profit Summit, so you can book your flights and make sure you're there with me and the rest of our Health Profits Academy community. And we're going to get you on the road. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for being a part of this. Thanks for those of you who joined us. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. And guys, I will talk to you later. Let me get on video and just say goodbye to you real quick. Video. Oh, I got it. Have a wonderful afternoon. Congratulations to those of you that are in, and I will see you on the training, and I'll see you in Boulder, Colorado. Okay? Take care, everybody. Bye now.